Hey everybody, welcome to Retired Rider. Hope that you're doing well today. I was going through YouTube the other day, like I normally do, just watching videos, watching other channels. I don't just watch motorcycle YouTube channels. I watch car, exploring tunnels, just exploring old homes, things like that. I just watch a lot of stuff on YouTube. And this popped up, which I found really interesting. And we're not going to do the video portion of it, but I'm going to do the audio portion of it. So sit back and give this a listen, and then we'll have a discussion, see what you think about it.
I just want to go over what Harley Davidson is doing. Harley Davidson is, as you know, one of the most beloved American brands out there. Harley and Indian, to me, are more American than Chevy and Ford. I mean, these are true American brands. And what he found is a complete sellout of, I think, their customers, and a complete sellout of common sense. They just sold common sense out. It's gone at Harley Davidson. Robbie is with us now to explain exactly what he found and what we can do about it. Robbie, how are you?
I'm doing well. Thanks for having me, Glenn.
You bet, and thanks for all of your hard work on this. You've done some amazing things. So, expose Harley Davidson. What did you find at Harley Davidson?
Well, it's pretty incredible. When somebody came to me first with Harley being one of these little companies after, we went through Tractor Supply and John Deere, I didn't believe it. I sort of had a hard time believing it because the Harley brand is like, this macho brand, and, everybody knows somebody who's got a Harley, and it's so diametrically opposed to who they are. So we kind of pulled the thread, and as we looked into it, lo and behold, in these sustainability reports, which usually reveal a lot about the company, we found that they had put 1,800 employees through these woke trainings, including one group of employees, specifically white males, they sent to a white male-only diversity training. And if you look at the company that does this, it's not like, trust me, it's not a favorable training. You get the worst training. You get the one that's, white people bad, white men have a specific, place to have to behave a certain way. It's explicitly racist in my opinion, but when you go further down the line, then they've got a plan to, what they call diversify their supply chain, which is really just, corporate speak for we want less white people. And if you think about that, just the idea is just so far and away from what the American dream is. It should be about merit and who are the best suppliers, who's providing the best stuff. How do you do all this? So if you force diversity in your supply chain, what's going to happen to safety? What's going to happen to all these other things? Because you've got this benchmark you want to reach. And so, all these arbitrary benchmarks pop up. But then there's also the pride stuff. They're funding events. They funded one pride event that was considered, quote, all ages, where they had what is described as a rage room in the marketing materials for people who need to let off steam, and that's right across from the area where drag queens interact with kids for the story time, and then a play catch with dad area for anybody who had daddy issues. And I'm not joking. That was actually those were the three things that were next to each other. Okay, so that's a sponsorship for events like that. It is so diametrically opposed to the values of Harley riders, and then they're also a founding member of a platinum founding member of the Wisconsin LGBTQ+ Chamber of Commerce, which I would question, why does there even need to be a Chamber of Commerce for what type of, I think that's pretty weird.
It's very weird. It's very weird.
There's a lot
They also made February and March. They also made February and March months of inclusion. Because we need 3 months, not just Pride Month. The money they have donated now to the United Way, promoting, anti-racist baby, the Ibram Kendi thing. They have a Pride ride. They have events at their corporate offices. Their legal department is, is being celebrated for its racial equity and literacy challenges. It goes on and on and on.
Yeah. That parade legal industry, just so people know. Like, that 21-day training is something that's happening, you know, pretty much throughout most of legal America, if we could call them that. And it's one of the craziest trainings out of all of them. They're right up there with the United Way 21-day, they have the 21-day Equity Challenge. United for Equity is what they call it. Are some of the most explicit Marxist training programs you could possibly have, pushing, you know, the BLM Marxist organization to, you know, reparations, and people like, you know, Ibram Kendi and Robin DiAngelo. You've got the whole list of like the furthest left activists for the, not just Democrat Party, but honestly I would argue, you know, kind of modern day communism. And that's what they're pushing through these trainings.
Harley Davidson is a macho guy's bike, always been, and an American bike. And I don't see a lot of transgender business going Harley Davidson's way. I mean, I know one of my close friends that I work with owns a Harley, and he said, everybody in my bike club is just, their eyes are bleeding. They're so crazy about this because they just feel Harley Davidson has betrayed them. What is Harley Davidson's reply?
So there's no response yet, but, you know, I would caution that, you know, in the case of Tractor Supply, it took 3 weeks of us continuing with the story, not letting it go, releasing little bits of information every day for them to relent and turn back on everything. In the case of John Deere, it took a week for them to backtrack on a good portion of the stuff we hadn't issued. And in Harley's case, I don't know if they can wait a week. I don't know if they can. They've got Sturgis Rally, which, if you people don't know, it's the big biker rally, happens August 2nd. And Harley has a booth there. I don't think that, and they've got an event there actually too. I don't think that they want to, you know, talk to all these bikers out there about this program and all of these donations and what they've allowed with the corporate offices and everything. I think they would probably like to clean this up before then. That would be my guess. You know, if they don't, then they're dumber than I thought they were. Because I think they're just trying to do this to please a certain element within the, you know, sort of financial world that's pushed these CEI scores and everything. And it's not just, you know, as much as I'd love to say it's BlackRock pushing this stuff, because I've got my issues with BlackRock and with Vanguard and State Street, on the more insidious thing, the real poison is, you know, if the woke mind virus is a virus, it's carried by somebody, and it's carried by the HR people who have come out of these colleges totally indoctrinated into leftism, and so their job when they get inside there is, okay, spread the virus through the whole network. And so they'll use societal down points, societal pressure points, like what happened with George Floyd, as a way to put pressure on the higher ups, say, hey, we need to do this to respond effectively. We need to show our employees that we care, you know. And so the higher ups, honestly, in many cases, just relent because they don't want to look racist, they don't want to look bigoted. At least that's how it used to be. Now a lot of those executives are looking for a way out. We have had executives reach out to us and beg us to go after their companies in the future because they want an excuse to get rid of CI, which I think is so cowardly. Because unless just go back, we've got companies we really need to go after. But we have now at this point, since we started this against Tractor Supply, over 1,000 whistleblowers, and so we're just trying to like scale up the operation to work with all these people and go through all the documents and evidence that has been handed over to us so that we can look at, you know, how have these great corporate American brands betrayed their customers and the values, especially the ones who depend on conservative America, because if we can't save them, then we can't save our country.
So, I mean, what can you say? I mean, I don't, you know, I have no issue with people in their personal lives. You do what you want in your privacy of your own home, in your life, you do what you want, you know, much respect. To force your employees, especially white males, to take this class, to basically tell them that they're, because they are a white male, that they're basically useless, that they need to be less of a white male, that they need to be something less. You know, that, you know, for a company to do that, especially Harley, that really surprises me. Maybe nothing should surprise me in today's day and age, but it really bothers me. And so I thought, you know, wait a minute. And then the point of putting people in positions where they're really not qualified, you're putting them in positions because of the color of their skin, you know, whether they're gay or not gay, whether, you know, a woman instead of a man, you know, whatever. And you're putting in the somebody that's less qualified than, let's say, the white male. I don't care who you are, a woman, a man, transgender, I don't care who you are. If you're qualified to do the job, I have no issue with you being in that position. If you're qualified to make a motorcycle and you have the skills to make a motorcycle, hey, I don't care who you are, go for it, make the motorcycle. If you work in the office or whatever you do, or production, anywhere in production or shipping, and you're qualified on any level of the company, if you're qualified to be in that position, no matter if you're white, black, a woman, whatever your gender you say you are, whatever the case may be, if you're qualified to do that job, I have no issue with it. That does not bother me. But to send your white males to I forget what he said, how many hour class, to become less white male, that basically be told the whole time that you're nothing, that you're a white male, that you mean nothing, and you're just, you're just not important. That's just, and basically to accept that, that's just crazy to me. And a point they made on there, which I know for a fact, is that comes from these kids coming out of college, and they're pushing that on them, and therefore they get hired in these companies, and they push it on the company. They're being indoctrinated. Basically, what they said in the video, in the audio, what you heard. They're being indoctrinated to believe this way. So then they come out and they push it onto the companies, and the companies feel pressure, and they end up doing these things they really don't want to do. And I mean, it shocks me, but it doesn't shock me because, we had the whole Bud Light thing and the whole, several companies going woke, Disney. But, now you're getting down into the Harley, the motorcycle industry, and you're getting it. It's like Harley Davidson. Think about it. I mean, this is riders like us. If you ride a Harley Davidson, we're not into the woke stuff. We're not into the LGBTQ community. We're not into transgender things. Harley's base of customer, we're not into those kind of things. We're not, we're just not. And if you are, whatever, much respect to you, live your life. But we're just not. And I think it's a big mistake for Harley to have this stuff coming out. They said, well, you got a big motorcycle event coming up, and Harley's got a booth there. Will it affect? I don't know if it'll really affect the booth or not. I don't know how much this will affect Harley. Leave it down in the comment section and let me know how it affects you. Does it bother you? Bothers me. I don't like it. I don't like it just for Harley. I don't like it in any company or any situation for somebody to force their beliefs, their way on me. Like I said, if you want to be part of that community, if you're gay, if you're lesbian, whatever, that's fine. Do your thing, much respect to you, but it's not my thing. And I don't push my way of living on anybody else, and I don't want it pushed on me, especially wouldn't want it pushed on me through my job. And that is crazy, where it's coming down to every level of the company, where they're sending people to class and doing these things and saying, well, you got to accept this and you got to accept that. No, I don't. And I don't have to accept being told I'm less of a person because I'm a white male. That's just crazy. That's just crazy. That's your workforce. You're basically you're belittling them and telling them they're nothing. I just don't get it. I don't understand it. I don't understand how this helps the company at all. I think it would bring in more, people are not going to quit their jobs. The economy the way it is, it's just hard to find a job. They're not just going to quit their job because of this. They're going to go through with it and everything because they have to support their family, and I understand that, and much respect. Me, probably on the other hand, if I was in that situation, I probably would quit. If the company did that to me, I probably would quit. Because I just can't deal with that. I'm one of those people where this is how I feel, this is how I believe, and this is just how I am, and I won't just bend to anybody and what they say. Well, you're going to think this way, and you're going to do that, and you're going to do this. No, I won't do that. I'll respect everybody, but I'm not going to bend to everybody's will, and you're going to tell me I'm less of a person because I'm white, and I'm white male. I'm a white Christian male, or whatever. I'm just not going to do that. And I don't know how this is going to affect Harley. I mean, sometimes things happen in the country, and I think, well, people ain't going to like this, they're going to revolt, and people just sit on their hands. They don't do anything. They take this crap, and I know people got to have jobs, but they take this crap and they just let it go. They let too many things go. And sometimes they just need to band together and say, hey, it's okay if you want to. It's okay if you want to be gay and be part of that community and be a transgender. Hey, do you, man? Do you? I'm not going to disrespect you. I'm not going to put you down. I'm not going to hate you. I don't hate anybody. But it's just not me. It's not my lifestyle. Don't push it on me. Don't push it on the workers of Harley. Don't push it on anybody. Just don't do it. It's just not right. I think that's good. You put people in positions that they shouldn't be in. Just because they're a woman or gay or whatever, and they're trying to say they're on a production line, they really don't have the skills to be there. That's not good for the motorcycle. That's not good for the company. It can't be good for the company at all. Anyway, bloop it down there in the comment section. Let me know how you feel about this. Does this change your mind about Harley at all? And I'm not trying to be a hater on Harley. I'm talking about any company that does this. I just don't have no respect for any company that does this. So don't think that on this channel I'm a hater of Harley, because I'm not. Actually, I'm the opposite. I'm a lover of Harley, and I don't want to see Harley fall. I've seen companies fall because of this stuff, and I don't want to see Harley fall. Anyway, guys, be safe out there. Have a great day, and we'll see you on the next one. Take care now.